This lesson looks at the challenges of writing at work and the strategies for overcoming these challenges. By the end of the lesson, you'll see clearly why our foundational 5 steps and their enabling skills are essential for getting your words read quickly and accurately at work. I found this quote from the American journalist, the late Sidney Harris, of the Chicago Sun-Times. I reckon he nailed it when he wrote, "The two words information and communication are often used interchangeably, but they signify quite different things. Information is giving out, communication is getting through." I'm sure if you think about your workplace for a moment, you'll see lots of information flowing in and flowing out. Think about how much written communication you receive each and every day. Information overload is ubiquitous today. My colleagues and I have studied academic and business papers on this topic. We've also researched our clients and we've found that most people are bombarded with about 15,000 written words each day. Some of this extraordinary number of words is work-related. Some of it comes from outside of work, news feeds, Facebook posts, advertising, and so on. So what's the consequence of this number? These 15,000 words a day. Most of us don't have the time to read everything presented to us. Most of us have too many demands on our time and too many things to do. Most of us filter to survive. Now, if you and I are filtering to survive our busy days, you can be sure that your readers are also filtering, probably ignoring, even deleting much of the information bombarding them. As Sidney Harris reminds us, sending information and communicating are not the same thing. We need our writing to communicate something and generate the right response. The second challenge is something you and I experience every day, along with our readers. It's competing demands. Most people are juggling tasks. This means they're constantly switching contexts. I might be dealing with an email, then my phone rings, and at the same time, I get a calendar alert for an upcoming meeting. Sound familiar? I'm sure it does. Being in this heightened state of context switching means most of your readers struggle to give more than a bare minimum of attention to your writing. This means if we use too many words or don't apply a logical, easy to follow structure, then our writing will fall victim to context switching, because the reader will be off to something they consider more important. Now, the third challenge to business writing success is the demanding pace of work and the growing number of people working in multiple locations, at an office, at home, or in somewhere else. The consequence of this is many people feel that writing is just a task rather than a communication activity or a communication opportunity. This results in much business writing being sender-centered rather than being reader-centered. That's a snapshot of the key challenges you and I face in our business writing. 2 things to do with this information. First of all, recognize that our readers' attention should be earned, never assumed. And if you do a little bit of heavy lifting in the way that you plan and draft your words, you'll cut through this clutter of information overload and have your words read and acted upon quickly. Let's see how this is achieved. Here are the 5 foundational steps for effective business writing. Starting with having a clear purpose to every piece of writing so that everything you draft is outcomes focused. Knowing your audience and their hot buttons means you'll be reader-centered. Structuring your content so that it's logical and easy to read. Drafting your headings, paragraphs, and sentences so they'll want to be read. And finally, editing for impact so that everything is concise and error-free. Our training program will teach you to apply these steps to any size message or any size document. With these skills, you'll maximize the likelihood that anything that you write will get the results that you need. In other words, your audience will read your words and act on them in the time frame you desire. Now, you may be feeling there's a lot to improving my skills, or you might be thinking, how will I remember the foundational 5 steps every time I write? Don't worry. You'll be supported throughout this program. You'll see examples demonstrated in the various lesson videos and in the workbook. You'll have plenty of time and opportunities to practice new skills. And you'll also have access to our community of like-minded people who share a passion for improving business writing. I'm really confident that with this support, you'll master the concepts and see a significant change in your business writing.